Hi, I'm Atif Mahmood and I'm presenting my final year project InstaWeight. Sayyida Sahar Fatma and Atib Ahmed are my project partners. The project was supervised by Dr. Khlaq Ahmed and Folio 3. Weight is the most important factor in livestock business. All the sell and purchase of animal is dependent on its weight. Weight can also be used as an indicator to see whether we are overfeeding or underfeeding our animals. Therefore, weighing animals on daily basis and maintaining record of their weight is very crucial in this livestock business. There are some ways through which animals are weighed. The most common one is electronic scale. When there is no electronic scale available, heart rate measurement is used. In this technique, heart rate of animal is measured through a measurement tape. Heart rate is the circumference between animal's front leg and abdomen. This is the most reliable technique when there is no electronic scale available. A lot of research is available for this technique and there are some predefined formula to estimate weights using heart rate of animal. But there are certain problems with these existing methods. Electronic scale costs around 35,000 to 100,000 and requires a lot of manhandling. These methods also cause stress to animal which directly affect their meat and milk production. These methods are also prone to inaccuracies. As our final year project, we propose a computer vision based solution. In this solution, we try to automate the heart rate measurement approach, which uses only side view of the cattle. Since we are using only one image of the cattle, we have to preserve the depth information using an additional depth camera. Once we have estimated the weight of the cattle, in order to maintain and save this information nicely, we are also providing an admin panel in this solution.
Thank you, Atif, for the introduction and shedding some light on the data sets that we have collected throughout this project. So I'm going to continue with experiments. The first experiment we did was object localization. Object localization is a task of fitting a bounding box around the object that we are trying to detect. As you can see in this image, we have detected the cattle, and as you can see in this image that we have also tried to detect the abdomen of the cattle. You can see a rectangle is tightly fitting the abdomen of the cattle. So these are the two bounding boxes that we tried to predict using object localization. So what we did is we used regression using deep learning models like VGG16 and ResNet 50. So these were our two base networks that we have experimented with. We initially trained only the fully connected layers of the bound for predicting two bounding boxes, but the results weren't satisfiable. So we unfroze some convolutional layers and trained them with the fully connected layers. After that, you can see the result in this slide. The result for, you can see the outer bounding box that is detecting the whole cattle is occasionally accurate, but the smaller rectangle is not good. In a sense, it has a lot of inaccuracies, and this is what matters. We want to estimate the heart rate of cattle, but you can see it is not up to the mark. The results are not satisfiable. So after failing with the first attempt, we tried object localization on dataset V2, but this time we cropped the images and tried to predict the inner bounding box only. We assumed that it will learn better features because it has less background. So in the dataset V1, there was a lot of background including cattle. So this time we have eliminated all the background that is just noise for the model. so that it can pay attention toward the curves of cattle so that we can predict better bounding boxes. But this approach failed as well, and we were not able to gain any significant improvement. So let's see how the YOLO works. So we have an input image of size 416 by 416. We feed this image into the network. The image goes through the darknet convolutional network, which contains 53 layers. The stride of this darknet 50 with 53 layers is 32. It means on the output volume, the size of the initial image will be shrunk by 32 times. So the final output will be of size 13 by 13 by 9. So in the network that we trained, we obtained a final volume of size 13 by 13 by 9 by 6. It means the final volume is divided into a grid of 13 by 13, and of the 13 by 13 grid, each cell is responsible for predicting 9 bounding boxes. Each bounding box contains 6 values, including 4 values for predicting the bounding box. One is an objectness score and one is the class score, namely the cattle. In the end, we are going to be left with a lot of bounding boxes. As we have seen, each cell is responsible for 9 bounding boxes, so in total we are going to have a lot of bounding boxes. Now we have to suppress most of them which contains false positives using objectness score. So we have a threshold for objectness score. Those bounding boxes with objectness score that is lower than the threshold are going to be ignored. We are going to further suppress the total number of bounding boxes using non-max suppression and intersection over union algorithm. So in the end, we are left with only a single bounding box, in this case of the dog, which the bounding box that encapsulates the whole dog, because it has the highest objectness score. So this is the result that we obtained from YOLO. As you can see, we have only predicted the inner bounding box, as this one is necessary for estimating weight. As you can see, the accuracy we have received is 0.95 on image classification, that whether the image contains a cattle or not. And the localized bounding box, as you can see, is significantly better than we have seen from object localization. And that is, I think, attributed to a more complex network and a better and more robust feature extraction. Now let's see YOLO in live action. Now I'm going to run this script, image_detect.py. So this is a script that I've made to detect the cattle. So now it is now loading TensorFlow backend. Now I'm going to speed this whole process so you can see it. It's going to take some time on this machine. Now we have seen the image of the output. Now let's see the coordinates of the bounding box. So the first 4 values here contains the coordinates of the bounding box. The next 2 values contain the middle point of bounding box. The next is the class probability. It means with probability of 95%, the algorithm thinks that the image contains a cattle. Now let's talk about future directions. So we have also experimented with mask RCNN. Mask RCNN is basically a segmentation network. Given an image, it puts out the mask of the cattle. So we have trained this on a dataset. We have annotated 600 cattle images, as Atif has explained in the dataset V3, I guess. So it contains 600 images of annotated cattle and mask. We have trained mask RCNN on it. So we cannot move forward with mask RCNN because we don't have the weight labels of each cattle. So that's why it's difficult, because we have to estimate, we have to use regression on the detected masks using the depth values. So the idea is to superimpose the mask we have obtained from RGB image on the depth channel and feed that depth channel to a artificial neural network so we can regress on the weight. I think this approach is going to be more accurate in predicting weight than YOLO, because in using YOLO we are only looking at the hard girth as the primary factor that contributes to the weight of the cattle. In this case we are covering the whole cattle. It means we are covering more features, including hardware, as well as, let's say some features that network understands by itself, like the thickness of thighs, or the length of shoulders, the length of neck, the fatness of the whole cattle, or you can say the curvature of stomach. All these factors contribute to a more robust and more accurate model for predicting weights. Right now we don't have the weight labels, and that's the only challenge we are facing right now due to the situation that we are facing. As and collecting weight label data is very difficult in the context of Karachi to collect a weight label dataset, because nobody here, no farm here is using weight machines to calculate the weight of their cattle. They are only using guess, and guess is not good enough for our approach. Means it is not a valid approach to collect a dataset. That's the only limitation we are facing. Now Sahar is going to continue with the demo of the project. The demo contains the working of admin panel and how the deep learning models that we have trained are integrated in the whole system. She is going to give you a ride through the whole system, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Atif, for explaining the algorithm. Now, the admin panel will keep record of the weight of the animals, their history, and their growth trend. So, through login, admin can log in into the system, and this login system is completely authenticated, so that no user other than the registered user can log in into the system. So for example, if I enter some wrong password, so it won't allow me to enter into the system. As you can see, it says invalid username or password. So when I enter the correct username or password, it will redirect me to the dashboard. So here is the dashboard of the system, and it contains some useful graph that can be used to keep record of the cattle's weight. So here is the category distribution graph. This graph is based on their breed. So cattle can be divided into based on their breed, and we can keep record of cattle according to their breed. Also, there is a monthly progress graph, and this graph shows the growth of the cattle. So over the month, and then over the year. So and again there is a weight distribution graph. So this graph shows the how many cattle are underweight, and how many are normal or overweight, and has been sold or dead. So this graph also gives the status of the cattle in the. Also, there is an annual report on healthy animals and need care animals. In need care animals, we will have all those animals that are underweight or overweight. This graph will help to give proper care to need care animals on time. There is also a list of need care animals with their RFID, ear tag, and breed specific information. On clicking on the details, I will redirect to the detail page, and from here I can change its basic information like RFID, ear tag, gender, breed, or date of birth, or image. And if I change some information, like change it to host line and save changes, so I will see this change on my dashboard. Like you can see, the breed is host line now. Also, on clicking on the cattle management system, admin can redirect to this page of cattle management. Through cattle management, admin can add cattle into the system. Admin can search cattle based on the search criteria, like he can search based on the RFID, ear tag, or breed information. Admin can filter the cattle based on the gender or status of the cattle. I will show each of this functionality one by one. First, I will add new cattle into the system, then we'll search the same cattle. So I am adding new cattle into the system with some random RFID and copying this RFID so that I can search this later. Gender is female, breed is horse line, date of birth, some random date of birth, and some random image. I will save changes and you can see here is a message cattle added successfully. I will close the window and search the same cattle that I just added into the system. You can see I added a cattle of gender female and breed horse line, also with RFID this one. So this is the way that admin can add cattle into the system. Now I will search cattle based on the male gender and removing the RFID because there is no cattle with this RFID and gender is male. So now I will filter on the base of the gender and I will get all the cattle that are male. I can go on the next page to see all our male cattle. Also, I can search based on the female cattle and now I am getting all the female cattle. I can move on the next page to see all our female cattle. So when I search based on the female cattle and status, so it will show me all cattle that are female and that are underweight. Also it can if I click on overweight, so it will show me all cattle with gender female and are overweight. So here it is. On cattle's management page, when I click on the edit details button, it redirects me to the daily weight progress page. From here, as I showed you earlier, I can edit the details of the cattle. Then here is a list of weight log that will display the daily weight of cattle. Also there is a weight progress graph that shows me the growth of individual cattle on daily basis. When I click on the details, it redirects me to the page of daily weight progress detail page, and it shows me the date time, also the heart rate measurement and the weight. Also on daily weight progress page, there is a weight calculate weight button. When I click on this button, it redirects me to this page and allow me to choose image. When I choose image file and also the depth image of the same cattle, so it gives me heart rate point that are coming from YOLO that we trained by ourselves. So we can adjust the heart rate point as YOLO is not giving the accurate result. So and calculate the weight. So here is the weight that we calculated through YOLO, but I think it's not giving us the correct weight as we don't have the large number of data available. You can save this cattle weight that we obtained, and here you can see on 6 July at 8:33 am we just got the weight of the animal. There is a setting page from where we can change the username, password and email address of the admin. So this was the demo of our admin panel. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.